Hi everyone. We're gonna back up. We're just watching this game of tug of war between Rambo and Trading Post, who is the subject of today's meet and greet. I'm handing this off to you. Okay. This is Trading Post. I'm Leandra. I'm the director and trainer here at the Lexington facility for New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program. This is Trading Post. And Rambo's actually been playing with him recently, which has been fun to watch. There we go. We've got one side. Rambo, you've got the other. Oh, you lost your side! Get him. Get him. Okay, you got this. You lost again! Rambo's really good at tug of war because he practices a lot with the horses, but Trading Post made a great competitor for a little while. This guy, Trading Post, is a 2016 gelding. He is a really lovable, sweet horse. I'll bring him out here so you can see. He's very big. He has kind of that warm blood build rather than what maybe some people imagine for a thoroughbred, but as you guys who've been watching probably know, they come in all shapes and sizes. So Trading Post here, he's staked at 16 free hands, and he's probably still growing because he's just 4 years old. You can see he's maybe even a touch butt high. He has a really, thanks, Roll Tide. Big broad bum, and he's got a really stable base of support here, big joints. And Dawn, I'm going to bring you on the social distance. You can talk about Trading Post and then tell us a little bit about how he's been and what you've been doing and what we're doing for him. Given the injuries. Trading Post talk to them.
This is one of my favorites. I just thought he was the cutest thing right when he came. I had my first ride on him yesterday, and he really fits the baby warm blood build. He was like a couch. Didn't really want to go anywhere too fast. Just kind of wanted to check things out. And he's been super adorable. We're right now just doing a lot of walk and just some trotting with him and kind of getting him started in the program. But he's been a really cool horse to work with, and he's like one of my favorites too.
So Trading Post retired from racing with injuries to both front suspensories. And for those of you who don't know the function of the suspensory, Julie, I'll have you come up a little bit. I'm going to pass this to you. So their suspensories are a ligament that is in, you'll find them in their legs, and it attaches right behind their knee, don't do those, and runs down the back of their leg, and then supports their fetlock, and there's an extensor tenon that comes off and wraps around the front of the leg here. But the suspensory, a lot of times when we see injuries, they'll be in the base of a suspensory. So in this section where the cannon bones lie here, cannon bones and the splint bones. So the function of the suspensory, one of the primary functions is to support the fetlock and make sure it doesn't hyperextend. So you can imagine in racing, the fetlocks bear a lot of pressure and impact because the horses are stretching, grabbing, and going at as fast as they can at high speeds. So the fetlock is trying to support the hoof, which supports the horse, and the whole 9 yards. So obviously the suspensory has a really, really vital role and sustains a lot of stress in racing, so it's not uncommon to see those types of injuries. The suspensories are also one of the longer rehab projects that we have when they do have those injuries, because they play such a vital role and because they're such a significant part of their athletic function, that the suspensories in a general time frame take around 6 months to heal. And sometimes we'll have horses at all different stages of rehabbing. So we'll have some who maybe are freshly injured and do a full rehab program with us from our rehab barn across the street, and then gradually will come here if they're ready to start training. And the stage that Trading Post here is in is our, oh, you have my sunglasses now, Rambo. section of our full rehab program. So after around 5 to 6 months of healing, when we've seen a significant part of the healing completed, or when we have our vets ultrasound their legs, they will see new fibers being laid down, and they can see how organized the fibers are, and based off of that, they might recommend that we start working them slowly under saddle. And what that does is it gives us a chance to provide them with we have a lot of attention-seeking creatures in this barn. By starting the rehab rides, we can have them continue to lay down those fibers and ideally in the most organized type of way, because that's what contributes to the strength of that ligament. And when you're doing it under saddle, it's a very controlled type of exercise. So if they're just running around in the fields, then they can go in all different directions and be playing around, and you can't moderate their exercise as much. So when you're trying to slowly build them up, that plays a really, really critical role. And Training Post here also goes in turnout, but is a really easygoing member of his turnout. He does not play around like a crazy man, so we don't have to worry about him so much. And again, we custom tailor our program for every horse depending on their personality and their needs. So Training Post is actually a really easy project for us. What we expect for him, because he's already working under saddle, and like Dom had mentioned, he's doing a really great job already, and he has this really nice, easygoing personality. He's a really nice build. He's been sound in his rehab rides. We will make him available for early adoption to approved, qualified adopters, so that they can have a chance to continue the rehab rides and have sort of an early start to get this horse ahead of schedule, which will help us out because we can open up a stall to another horse that might need a place in our program. And if somebody else is able to do those rehab rides, which like Dom said really involves mostly walking, a little bit of trot, and then slowly adding on more trot time, and then eventually will be a canter. So it's just building up in little increments, but somebody else might be just as qualified to do that kind of work, and then they could get to know this guy slowly as he's building up his routine, and by the time he's ready to work, you have a great horse that you already know well. So that's a little bit about how we do rehab rides here. You can see a lot of these creatures are dying to get our attention, so I'm going to hop off, but please, if you have any questions and you haven't been able to get them answered or voiced, or you're watching this after we're live, please feel free to type your comments into the comments box. We'll circle back to it, and then check back in at noon tomorrow. We'll be doing another meet and greet